Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay, so from that last break session, you know my dilemma where right at the end of this 3D print, the tube that goes into the nozzle came out and it started spitting filament all over the place. And so I took some because it was happening before, and I taped it up, and the tape came off. I'm like, all right, well, it's off now. Let me take some pictures. So because I wanted to do a support ticket anyway, and so I did that. So I got the support ticket filed. I put some more tape before it was blue tape, but now I have masking tape with a little bit of like packing tape on there, and so hopefully that will hold at least for this print. And I forgot, and when I was putting it in, I was in a rush, and so I put it in a different like positioning. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over another tube, and I'm hoping what that will do will like give it like some structure because the thing moves around a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm hoping by it being on top of the other tube, it might keep it from like wiggling out too much. So we'll see. It seems to be not as, vibrating and everything, like going back and forth so as much. So maybe that was just like a lucky break. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. How much longer do I have on this print? Let me see. Because it takes like an hour to do it. And so you have like 35 minutes left. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So hopefully it all comes out okay. All right. Now, for this break session, I wanted to take a look at this thing that I think I've seen it before. I might have spoken about it in a previous break session. I'm not sure. But I figured, you know what I'm saying, it might be kind of cool to take a look at it. And yeah, so I'm going to post a link to it. There's a couple of sites for it. There's like the main one, and then there's like a version 3, which I guess is like the beta or something. So we'll take a look at it because I had some issues with the first one. So save the links. Cool. So I'm adding it next to the recording of the video on untilit.works. But what I want to take a look at, now I haven't done anything with it, and so but it seems interesting. So I want to talk about Nitro. Let me make this a little bit bigger. All right, so this is Nitro. It's the next generation server toolkit. I'm always interested in, because a lot of stuff I do is front end. Well, I do like everything, but I'm always interested in being able to kind of deploy like servers, because this thing was saying create web servers with everything you need and deploy them wherever you prefer. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, because I deploy to different places depending on certain things, and it'd be nice to have like one just like code base and be able to deploy to different places, especially for like webhooks, because I'm finding that for webhooks, I can't really do like serverless functions because they're not spun up. And when the request comes in, it may not be spun up. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I understand it. Ooh, something like fell. What was that? Make sure this print is still going good. I don't know if you heard that, but something like slid or something. I'm not sure what that was, but it has nothing to do with the printer. And so that's good. All right, cool. All right. Woo, this is an eventful day. All right. So and it's getting darker now. This is I can't. All right, but here, Nitro, next generation server toolkit. What I want to do this for is, like I mentioned, webhooks. And so if I can deploy webhooks wherever, that would help me out with a lot of things, right? So so they have the guide, deploy, and config, all right? And they have like social media stuff here. So now if you scroll down, a server for the modern web. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm always down for what's happening now with the modern web. And it's am I still coming through? Hopefully. Not sure if I'm even streaming because my okay, no, I am. Okay. That's weird. My like the monitor that to monitor the stream is buffering. But it shows it says excellent connection. I don't. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the website itself. It's probably something on the website. So I'm going to quickly go through this. So rapid development, file system routing, it automatically registers server and API routes, which is what I really like. I hate having to set up all the things. I want like a file-based routing system. You know what I'm saying? And it has TypeScript, hackable, auto imports. So a lot of good stuff here. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to these contributors. All right. So now getting started. Yeah, I think it was the website that's causing some sort of issue. Now, getting started, right? Create web servers with all necessary features and deploy them wherever you prefer, like they said before. Now, intro. Nitro is an open source framework to build web servers using H3, which I think I've heard of before. I'll check that out. And lots of built-in features. Nitro automatically makes your code compatible with any deployment provider and runtime. So you can see, where was it? One of these, it was showing that you can do like Node, Dino, and there's some other ones. I'm not sure why I don't see it here now, but okay. So, oh yeah, so instead of setting up a local development environment, right, you can use the online playground, which goes to StackBlitz, which I was like, StackBlitz, that's odd because normally everything in StackBlitz is like local to your browser. So I was like, well, I wonder how you'd be calling so I'm opening it up in StackBlitz. So I was wondering how would you call it the endpoint? But then what I noticed was when I opened it in StackBlitz, and you can see it here, the issue I'm running into is that it's asking me there's no Nitro builder specified. Which builder would you like to install? And I tried all 4 of these, and none of them worked. So it didn't work for me, right? Now, back to here. So with all that, you can do this, npx this, right? So let me do that. And this is what I did. Let me go. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to cancel out of this, right? I'm going to paste the command here that I copied there. I'm going to install that. Come back to here. And then all I have to do is just cd nitro app. And I do npm run dev. And then it should be ready, good to go. And then you can check this file, the index.mjs, if you want to know what is happening. Cool. And then you want to build production ready server. You do npm run build. And then they have some examples here. All right. Let me check that out as well. Now, the directory structure, right? So the starter template includes some important files to get you started. There's a server routes. So the server routes directory contains your application handlers. So how, you know, when the incoming request comes in, how to handle everything. You can create subdirectories inside server routes directory to create nested handlers. The file name is the root path. All right, that's cool. Now, server API. This directory is similar to server routes, with the only difference that the routes inside it will be prefixed with API for convenience. That's pretty dope. And then the directory, server utils, the directory contains your application utils with auto import support. Okay. And so then they have plugins, and they have like the config file, and then the TypeScript, and then the package JSON. All right, cool. So now that's all that, right? Deploy, I think it was. Yeah, so here you go. Under deploy, right? Oh, let me see how far we are with this thing here. Oh, okay, it's asking, do I want to proceed? Yes. All right, so while that's working, back to here. Now, the default output is a Node.js server. So when running Nitro in development mode, Nitro will always use special preset called Nitro Dev using Node.js with ESM in an isolated work environment with behavior as close as possible to the production environment. So that's dope. So now they have the zero config providers. So when deploying to production using CI/CD, so like if you want to do through GitHub or what have you, every time you push, it deploy it. Nitro tries to automatically detect the provider environment and set the right one without any additional configuration. So that's dope. Currently, the providers below can be auto-detected with zero config. So AWS Amplify, Azure, Cloudflare, Firebase App Hosting, Netlify, Stormkit I'm not familiar with, Vercel, and Zbor, which I'm not also familiar with, but pretty dope. So there's a lot of things there you can do. So that's pretty cool. And then you can change the deployment preset and some compatibility stuff. Okay. So with Netlify, because sometimes with Cloudflare, you have to kind of set the thing there and then Dino. All right, cool. All right, nice. And they have all the different other, look at more providers. So even GitHub. Okay. Huh, interesting. So these aren't the zero config, because you can see here, you got to set up this deploy.yaml file. But nice. Okay, so now, with all that being said, let's see what we got here. It's still working. This is still going. I'm not sure what it's doing. But I came across this other version. I think I was going through like their GitHub, and I saw that they had version 3. And so there's a whole different website for that. So I guess it's like another, maybe it's like a breaking change. So it's like new. And so ship full stack Vite apps. Okay. So I guess instead of, so I guess these are particularly for Vite? Not sure. But Nitro extends your Vite application with a production-ready server, compatible with any runtime, so just like before. Add server routes to your application and deploy many hosting platform with a zero config experience. All right, so similar. And so the code looks a little bit different, I think, than from before. Yeah, this is the Vite config. You didn't even look at the other one. But here we go. So, okay, so it's using the same H3. All right. And so, yeah, so again, it's file-based routing. So create server routes. Start creating API routes in the routes folder, which is here, or start with your favorite backend framework in a server.ts file. So if you want to do regular, Web Standard allows you to do that, which is pretty cool. And so you see it's a server.ts file. And if you want to do the H3, it's the same one, but the file-based routing uses H3, right? But a Nitro H3, but this is just H3. You know what I'm saying? Straight from H3. And so I want to say, is H3 have to do with Hano? I'm not sure, but that seems cool. Even like the little logo looks pretty cool. All right. Then, here's Hano. All right. So yeah, they're kind of similar. H3 and Hano. Okay. And then Alicia, I've never heard of that one. So I look into that. It seems pretty cool. All right. So you have those two ways. And then they have sponsors and these folks. And then some contributors. Shout out to these contributors. All right. Now let's take a look at the docs for it. Oh, this is pretty cool. Like the effect when you mouse over. That's pretty cool. Let's check out the docs. Is this thing still okay? It finally finished loading. We'll take a look at that. All right. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. And then let's take a quick start. So yeah, so see, Nitro V3 Alpha is still in progress. So they're still working on stuff. And here's a stack blitz. All right, we'll open up that one also. See if that one runs out the box. Okay. Okay, so you can add it to a Vite project. Oh, so I guess this is for like if you're building something with Vite already, whereas the other one I guess can be on its own, maybe. I'm not sure. Again, I have not like looked through. This is my first time looking through it. The same zero config stuff here for the same ones. All right. But again, this is alpha, so be careful what you got going on there. Oh, okay. So so there's the V3 one. That one started up quickly, but it's like with Vite, whereas the other one is just Nitro by itself. From what so this is like the whole front end and back end, whereas so this one has like you can see like with the public, the app here. So the stuff in the app, which are these things here, right? So these are that. All right. Oh, and yeah. So click to call the API hello. All right. That's pretty cool. And so let me make this bigger. So yeah, so this is like if you want like the full stack thing, right? So yeah, so in your server, there's that API and then hello TS. And again, see it returns that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so you're just doing a fetch to the API and it returns that. All right, cool. So that's cool. Now let's take a look at the other one that I started up before, which is just the V itself. Or just, I'm not the V, but the Nitro itself. All right. So I'm supposed to CD into Nitro app. And then there's a npm run dev, if I remember correctly. All right. Let's see what it was running Nitro dev. All right, cool. Oh, that's cool. You got a QR code if you want to scan that. That's pretty dope. And then here we go. All right, so yeah, so this is just, so there is no Vite, I believe, right? So in the package, yeah, see, it's just Nitro. And it's a dev dependency. Okay, that's pretty dope. Okay. Yeah, so it I guess it runs clean. Okay. So in here, so you have the Nitro server. So there is no like Vite front end application. It's just the Nitro. And then here's the routes, here's the index. And then, yeah, here's that H3, like I mentioned before. And then you can see more about the routing. And so, yeah, anything that comes in, it returns this, which is what's here. This is your brand new Nitro project with the thing there, H1. And then, yeah, to get started, that's pretty cool. Nice. And so I think I have to look again. I forgot how to do it if it was like a post request. There's somehow you can look it up, but I'm sure it's probably in the docs somewhere. I'll have to just look it up. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So again, I'm thinking I can use this for some webhooks for this project I have going on because I'm using like another service, but I would like it to be in the same hosting like platform instead of having like another third party just for like the webhook stuff. So I'm going to try this. This is interesting. I'm going to see how it works. And maybe I'll come back and talk about my findings. All right. So yeah. And this, the 3D printing is still holding. So that's good. The taping seems to be holding still. And yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I sent a support ticket and everything. So hopefully we'll see what they say. And yeah, I just want to print this stuff. You know what I mean? I just want to print things and create stuff. All right. So again, so shout outs to this whole project. It seems pretty dope. I'm looking forward. I'm going to play around with it some more. So shouts to Nitro. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks for hanging out. If you've tried it, let me know what you think. Let me get y'all back to work because I want to get back to work. And I haven't eaten yet. And so I am hungry. Just been working on those stuff here. So get y'all back to work. Again, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to send y'all off with some traveling music. This right here is one of my favorite producers of all time. He goes by the name of Nujabez. The track is featuring a Pawnee B. It's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. And then I'll see you like 15 minutes after the hour. All right? Talk to y'all later. Y'all be easy. And peace.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me.